What's good, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Chris back with another video for you guys. Today I'm on a 2014 Dodge Avenger 2.4 liter. This should be pretty much straightforward for the other 2.4 liters with this same year, make and model. So let's get to it. We're getting ready to do a tune-up on this dude. So you remove your oil cap up here. So we can pop up our engine cover. Move this over to the side. Make sure it's somewhere you don't lose it. And just pop up on the sides. Engine cover should pop up just like this. Now you have access to your coil packs, and these are Torx. So let me find the Torx. Looks like a T30. Let's verify and be right back. All right, so it is a T30. You're gonna need a T30 long extension for your 5/8 spark plugs, and we're gonna verify that because they've been changing different years, makes, and models, and I pretty much work on everything. So from here, you have your red lock pins there. You'll need a baby screwdriver or something to move those back. So let me find mine. And there we go. So we're gonna take a screwdriver like this and just slide these back, all the way back. That one's back already. That one back. That one back as well. Now we can squeeze these and disconnect them slowly. Sometimes they break. They feel like they're real stuck. Put some WD-40 or some PB Blaster on there. It's not gonna hurt. Now, got all of these out the way. And you wanna do it on a warm engine. Doesn't have to be hot, but you want to at least do it on a warm engine. Some people might dispute that or say something else other than that, but if they're cold, it's a possibility of breaking off in the engine. But if it's just sitting and it's 80 to 90 degrees outside, you shouldn't have no problem. But if it's cold in the wintertime, definitely warm it up for at least about 100 degrees and then continue your process. In case you have an issue, you don't want to break a plug off in there. It is ugly, and I've done it before, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. All right, so let's sit this over here. Let's get our T30s out. And that's probably the only time that you're gonna need. Make sure that is a T30. This one is 8 up. Okay, he gotta go in the trash. Sorry guys, but I got an old dude that's been through the mud and he's not gonna fit. So let me get one. All right, got our T30. New dude, fresh out the pack. We're gonna get it on there good. Make sure it's set. And trying to make sure I'm in there set. I don't like the way this feels. Let me grab a regular wrench. There it is. And okay, so this one's a little stripped out. Let's see. Yep, all these are breaking free. No issue there. Let's see, I might have to have another T30. Let me match it in there a little better. There we go. I was able to get it to crank free. Definitely use the right sockets because you will strip out something and damage it. So now we got all these free. Let's just get them all out. I'm gonna take a look and make sure this isn't suspect. And looks good, okay. Somebody did try to use the wrong socket on it before, looks like. All right, so now that I'm comfortable, I can use my speed ratchet now. But if you're using a speed ratchet, you're not gonna be able to feel the tension if it's not seated well. Just because these, the way they recess in, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Better be safe than sorry. So we're gonna remove all these so we can get our coil out the way. All right, and you can do these all the way across, or you can do them one at a time. So let's just get them all out and just lay them out up top. Now, some people might say, oh, leave one in, but as long as you know you don't have any debris around, you're good. But I get a lot of comments, not all the time, but some people like to talk crazy about some of the stuff that I do. All right, 5/8, and definitely use a spark plug socket tool adapter. And if you don't have one of these, you can still use a standard 5/8 socket. Okay, just saying. All right, now we got that there. Grab our ratchet and we're gonna tease it till it breaks free. These are pretty loose. All right, let's go all the way down there. Yep, these are pretty loose, but you still want to go slow till they start to really free up. This one's got tension on it a little bit. but it's coming. Let's get all of them to break free. That one's good. All right, so now this one is a little tighter one, so we're gonna work that one. And just take your time. There we go, starting to loosen up. And if you feel like it's not loosening, flip your switch and tighten it up a little bit, then come back out with it. There we go. And the reason why I'm not using this is because I want to feel the tension, because I can't feel it on this, but usually you can. If you can't, then don't do it. Okay, so now that it's loose enough, you can switch over and do it. So if it's loose enough, make sure you're set. That should be it, not quite. And let's just drop it in there because we're right at the end of it. I felt it, there it is. All right, so this is the old plugs. Let's match them up with the new plugs. We're going in with the Autolite Iridiums. So hopefully the vehicle likes these. It's gonna be an upgrade from these guys. So let's pop it out, match it up. And always match your base and your tips. Pull them out, should look the same. The center's gonna be a little different just because this is iridium and I believe these aren't. It might be copper or the tip might be just burnt all the way off. All right, so let's go ahead and transfer over to the new dude. And I recommend you put them in just like this. Grab your little anti-seize, not a lot, but you want it to kiss around the rim, just a little bit like that. After you do so, you can just thread it in or you can just wipe it on the threads like that. There we go, that should be enough. Let's go back in, tighten as much as you can by hand, and definitely don't use your impact going back in, your speed ratchet or whatever. Don't do it going back in, and you'll cross thread possibly, and you definitely don't want to. All right, so we got that dude in. Going back tight, and we're gonna crank it till it stops. And that's it. All right, we know he's out the way. Let's just go ahead and set this one here. We're not gonna connect it yet, just gonna block it out the way. Well, we could, it don't hurt. Let's go ahead and connect it. Pop it back in its spot and slide your sleeve forward just like that. And we're gonna grab one of these dudes and we'll tighten all these down. At least it'll sit there for now. There we go. Next one out, let's go. I think he's loose enough. Yep, there we go. All right, let's just keep working our way down the line. Man, that's a real ugly dude. This car's gonna run a lot smoother now. As long as it accepts the spark plugs. And let's do the same thing, little anti-seize, kiss the side a little bit. Hit it with the finger a little bit. Let's drop the new dude in. And tighten. You might come up to a spot that feels kind of sticky, where it's not tightening as well. That's when you switch back over to your ratchet. And we're back over to the ratchet, and after this I gotta plug a tire because we have a screw in the tire after putting it back on from changing the brakes. All right, here we go. Tight, crank, 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 and test it. Here we go. All right, there's number 2 out the way. Let's do the same thing, drop it in. Put our connector back. Make sure it connects and snaps. And if it don't, something might be suspect. Let's check. Don't like. All right, we're gonna come back to this one because it's acting like it doesn't want to go. Let's see if he likes this one better. Okay, I think he likes that one better. So we're gonna switch those here in a second. But we got 2 of those in, and it doesn't hurt to move these coils around because you still have them all straight in array. And let's see what we got going on here. Check the other coil pack. Okay. All right, so that's what it is. Coil pack. It's missing a little bit of the nipple right there. See how this one's got the little divot right there? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a zip tie. Otherwise you gotta buy a whole nother coil pack just for the locking piece there. But we're not doing that, so we'll use a zip tie for that dude. Let's get him back in, mash him down, mash him in. The lock isn't gonna lock, so this is the one that was slid back on us. But it's up there like it's supposed to be. Let me see if I can get it to go forward after we're done. But let's go ahead and get a screw in here. It's still the same distance on here, so a zip tie is going to still do the job to keep it from doing so. If you can afford to, get a new coil pack, but it's really not worth doing just as long as the wire is stable and it doesn't move. So that zip tie should come in handy. I want to see if that'll go forward, but oh good. Let's get the rest of these other two out. And really use this one that much just because it's better safe than sorry. So use a regular ratchet, or you can use the speed dude. And I might repeat myself, just saying, it's up to you. Ugly dude out the way. And got our anti-seize. And I'm putting this up so it doesn't keep scooting out on me, squirting out on me. And definitely don't over tighten your plugs, because you will break a plug. And it's ugly. Same thing, you can break it going in, or you can break it taking them out. So just be careful when you're doing it yourself. Tight, crank, 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 and that's it. Just want to make sure it's tight enough. All right, let's drop the new dude in, and we'll be down to the last one. Slide our tab forward. There we go. And we'll be one more screw and one more plug. I'm just glad these aren't like the V6s. Whoa. Valve covers and stuff have to be moved, or air intakes and manifolds and stuff have to come out the way for those. The V6, especially when you got your 3 in the back, evil. Don't like it. All right, that's about there. And we're loose, bring him out. If it does that, you might need a magnet, but that's why you have the spark plug sockets that got magnets built into them. Got one more dude left. And let's put a little anti-seize on the neck like that. That should be great. And I can put this back up now. When I get through, just wipe it in. All right. And after you do this, last process would be to start the vehicle, make sure she's running correctly. Sometimes when you start it, hopefully we don't have any plug defects from the factory or anything. And some vehicles like certain plugs and don't like other plugs, so hopefully they like these. We'll start it here in a minute. Tight, and test it. That's it. All right. One more of these dudes and we can put our T's 30s back in and tighten them the rest of the way down. That one, slide our sleeve. That one's not gonna slide. The one that's stupid. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna start it here in a second. I still wanna make sure it's running good. So we're gonna do that before we put the cover back on. And I'm gonna go regular wrench with this. Everything is accounted for. The tune-up is complete, but you never know what you're gonna run into. And these only have to be just a little tight. You don't want these real tight anyway. Just need them to sit there. That's it. And they're plastic too, so you will break them. And that's it. All right, let me put this oil cap on, fire up the vehicle, make sure it's good. All right, so we're getting ready to start the vehicle. Oh, iridium plugs, you do not have to gap them. So people might ask that. You don't have to gap them. So, and it sounds good. New plugs, should only have to do it every 75 to 100,000 miles. Other than that, cut the vehicle off, put your cover back on, and this is the process on change your spark plug / tune-up 2008 through 14 Dodge Avenger. As long as it's the 2.4 liter, this would be the same on the other ones as well. We're gonna put a zip tie on that funky dude, but I did show you the issue as far as why it wasn't locking. But yeah, please hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and always know rest of the enemy on these things. And until the next video, love life, live it, and I'm out.